Oi boys, welcome back to another video on the channel. We are on Rugby 25 and we have another update. This is patch number 5 and I wasn't sure if I should go in blind or not, because they did say there will be both gameplay updates as well as content updates, so we waited for the patch notes and it is another tweak to the gameplay. To give you boys the quick rundown on the changes made, the biggest change is they added the option to drop a player in the pockets. And it's pretty simple. I did notice it straight away when playing. You holding down on the D-pad at the ruck will call for your kicker to drop back in the pockets. And just like in every other rugby game, it is L1 and R1 to pass to that player in the pocket. I did test this out a lot in this game and found that even if it wasn't the playmaker that dropped back into the pockets, if there was anyone deep behind the ruck, you could actually press the bumpers to pass straight to them. So that's pretty much working as intended. A really good change to the game. What you're seeing on screen right now, the opposition, the computer, with every penalty they got, so they decided to go for a scrum. So that's a new bug in the game, which is funny because they did correct some rules. And now this AI always going for a scrum has popped up out of nowhere. The other gameplay change they made was a fix to the pod passing issues, and it's something that's I noticed was happening the last time we played. Every time I'd hold L2 or R2 to select a forward to pass it to from the ruck, my game would drop frames and I'd never get that selection, but that's been fixed now. If they're in position, they can be selected with both L2 and R2. That's pretty much the theme throughout this gameplay. I tried to use it as much as possible, as well as properly put players in the pocket when we needed to. So another issue we ran into while reviewing the previous patch, I don't know what these catches are called, but I'm calling them assisted catches. You'll see an example right here. So this wasn't happening. They'd just stand around. Now it's happening, and not only is it happening more often, we're getting mauls out of it. Not just at the line out. It's sick to see that happening more often. I think they're supposed to happen with some of these animations that take a while for defenders to get the attackers to the ground. It happens twice in this game. The first time kind of caught me off guard, and the second time I tried to look out for it, and again it was like a quick maul where we got the ball in and out. So I'm not sure if it's working as intended, but I'll try and get that to happen more often and see if I can actually form the maul and get a drive going. What you're seeing right now is the AI going for a scrum again when they earned a penalty inside their 22. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I am playing on the hardest difficulty, and it is far too easy to win these scrums against the feed. As you can see here, we're continuing to use the triggers, testing the passing, the offloading, and so far it's going alright. It's feeling smooth. So we do this for several phases, and we're not really trying to score. We're just trying to see if we're gonna throw any rocket passes or if any other wonky things pop up, but for the most part it was pretty smooth sailing until the Chiefs eventually turned it over. Here's another example of the Chiefs getting a penalty, and instead of kicking for touch they do go for the scrum yet again. I just want to say again that these should be harder to win, especially on the hardest difficulty. We've got a turnover against the feed every single time. Another huge change that doesn't really get talked about is the transitions from the breakdown to open play, getting the ball out. It used to be so bad back when it first came out. They'd run, then stop, then run again, but now it's a smooth transition, and you can actually punish teams for having massive holes around the ruck, and that's exactly how we scored this try here. I've always talked about it needing to feel seamless, and I think they've achieved that, so big props to the dev team for nailing that. Coming up, you'll finally see an example of us passing to the player deepest in the pocket. We actually send them back with the command, and we get a nice little clearance going on. It actually resulted in a little bug here with the computer trying to go for a quick throw-in, and look at the ball. It gets tossed into the crowd and we get the throw-in. So there's another bug right there happening with the AI and their quick throw-ins to the lineouts not playing through. As you can probably tell, there's still no changes to the AI, and I do think that that'll come later. It looks to me like they're trying to focus on getting these fundies right, these fundamentals right, and it's slowly but surely getting there. I'm going to try and compile a list of what else needs to be addressed, and we'll try and do it in video form as we get to that same animation with the catch. I did try to add players this time around, and Again, the ball just went in and out, so clearly it's not working how it should be, and I'm still not sure if I'm actually doing the one to engage in that or not. But yeah, it's good to see that the rolling maul is a part of general play, not just at the lineout. Alright, so again we win a scrum against the feed. That's the 5th, as you can see on the bottom right, so we get an achievement for winning 5 scrums in a match, and I'm playing on 5-minute halves. And right here, we did drop that player into the pocket, we went for the 3 points. It's such a game changer for the general play kicking game. I think to close out this review, we'll go through this last bit of play here where we do end up scoring another try. And in the lead up, you're just going to see some examples of some fluid passing here. It's improved so much over the previous updates. And I'm basically trying to use my forwards as much as possible. I'm trying to hit gaps around the ruck and change the tempo. As you can see, the pass options popping up. This one, they do run to the short side. That would have been nice to score from. Again, just holding L2 and R2. You'll notice that you can actually play fast or slow now. At the ruck, if you have 3 players joining like pretty fast, you can get the ball in and out of there. Like right here, a huge gap, and that leads to another try being scored. Again, the hardest difficulty, I'm hoping we see some AI changes soon, but I do think there's still some work that needs to be done around general play. I feel like the rucking and the passing is in a good spot, even the kicking. Except for the bomb, we still need way more heights on the bombs so we can get some more aerial contests, something that is very much prevalent these days in rugby. I did try to keep an eye out for those weird rocket passes that people have been saying they've been getting a lot since the previous updates, and I didn't really notice it in this game that I played. I didn't throw any in particular, maybe one offload that was super unnatural and traveled 20 meters. But it was way less than the previous update. Some overall thoughts on patch 5. Although there wasn't much to read in the patch notes, this was another pretty big step in the right direction. The game feels nothing like it did at launch. And aside from those little rule bugs that can easily be patched, there was actually no crashes, no game breaking bugs, and pretty much a smooth experience. I mean, you can see by the gameplay, it looks significantly more fluid than it did when the game first dropped. And that, lads, is what we're going to call it. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to register that like button. If you want to take that support a step further, you can become a member of the channel. The link to that is in the description. If not, a like will do. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Look at that pass. Locked up on the halfway line. It's stolen. He shot up too quickly.